Okay, looks like we're live. Can you see it inside the Facebook community?
Popping in there now, Nina. Don't currently see it yet.
Oh, this is crazy. We're live on Instagram on here. We're live on, let's see if it popped up. Stay tuned with us, folks, if you are tuning in already. I see us on my personal page. I see us on Scaling Lean JP.
Got it. All right, let's just get it going. This is a little bit of an experiment for us here at Scaling Lean. We haven't used StreamYard in some time, I think.
Yeah. So, welcome everyone. We are streaming on multiple platforms at this moment. So, we are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook personal pages. It might even be inside the Facebook community and also our Facebook page. It's really cool that we're able to reach the masses in this capacity. So, if you are watching, my name is Nina Brennan. This is my co-founder of Scaling Lean, Jonathan Florensky, and we're here just to do our daily rev up. So, RevUp Daily is really just made for people that are looking to launch a business online, or they're in that scaling phase and they want to take their knowledge, their expertise, and really take it to the next level by building an education business online. So with that being said, JP, I'm going to pass it over to you and then we can get started.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome everyone to the Daily Rev Up. And this is a series we started a couple days ago, earlier in the week. And as Nina mentioned there, we're launching a new offer here, and it's been catching some momentum, really helping folks validate their ideas instead of building things that don't convert into sales, right? We've seen over the years, we've worked with hundreds of people that come online with ideas, or they have businesses offline and come online with business ideas, and they don't really catch momentum, right? So we're going to be sharing our daily insights and everything that we're learning and growing with through the years and on a daily basis from inside our communities. So yeah, with that being said, Nina, let's hop in. I'm not sure which topic we got today. We kind of do these point and shoot, but yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so let's just do a recap of yesterday before we dive into today, because it's going to make sense if we went from yesterday's topic, which was really rejection and content creation, to the other two pillars that a lot of people struggle with in the online space. So today I want to really dive into more so the communication and the conversations that people start online, and then go a little bit deeper into how to transition from conversation, whether it's from DM and even our clients today, like on a phone call, to an offer. Because those are two bottlenecks. Is like yesterday we talked about, if you are having problems getting people via content into your ecosystem, whether it's through organic or paid, the biggest thing is usually you're not either showing up enough consistently, or you're just not being like real enough and authentic enough, and you're just not able to like get that rejection. So you're not putting yourself out there enough. Now we're talking about if you do have this like flow of leads coming in or flow of following coming in, a lot of people are like, oh, like I have views, but I don't know how to actually turn views into sales. And this is the process that we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I'm just trying to get this going inside the school community, Nina, see how that works.
I think you just got to copy and paste the link, JP.
Yeah, well, we can actually post it in through YouTube, it looks like.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's great. All right, just a little bit of distraction. We're trying to get this working. So apologies there, Nina. So with that being said, yeah, what is it that we wanted to focus on today? Sorry, I was just a little distracted there.
No, you're good. So what we're going to be tuning into today, or talking about today, is really just the communication and conversations portion of lead generation and transitioning from conversation in the DMs and or a sales call into an offer and making an offer.
Awesome. Yeah. So one of the biggest things that we've identified over our years together is really helping folks build their warm market, right? And some folks have established social media followings of 1,000 or more, but we've also worked with folks that have no following, right? And that's completely cool. But I think what people have a misconception of is they can just come online and start selling their product and service, right? But in reality, it takes time to build that warm pipeline. And the best way that we found to do that at the very minimum is by doing just one post a day on one platform and doing 5 to 15 reach outs per day, right? And the reason we have those ranges for the reach outs is because it depends on your account size and your brand and things like that, right? If you're just coming onto a platform, oftentimes you're not going to be able to just send 15 or more DMs a day because you're not really connected to anyone, right? As you begin to grow, you have more mutual friends, which then allows you to friend more people, go into different groups, and start more conversations. So I thought that was an important thing, Nina, that I wanted to bring up, because that's a big thing that people have a big misconception. They start getting frustrated, and then sometimes they even wind up quitting because they don't conceptualize the amount of time that it takes in order to grow their warm pipeline, right? So we want to go into this with, I want to provide value and get feedback in a 30, 60, 90-day window before even making an offer to anyone, right? And that's really what the 4 weeks to profit is all about, is helping you build that warm pipeline. And if you already have a warm pipeline that you've been working on for years, but you don't have, you haven't been getting momentum, right? Like maybe you have an offer or a product or service that you've been building, but you haven't gotten it sold, and you have the warm market, then we help you craft the offer to get that to convert, right?
Yeah, I think this is important too, JP, when we talk about ads as well, is a lot of people, they expect ads to turn into just like calls on the calendar or sales. But there is that in-between part of setting is a very big deal inside of the space that we're in, online education. In terms of setting, it's like you're going to have people that are coming into your ecosystem that are going to populate either your CRM for SMS and or your email list. And a lot of times they'll come in and they're not ready to buy right away, but a simple conversation can push them to the checkout page and or a sales call that makes them actually make that decision to buy. So not everything that you do. So if you're posting content on organic and or you're running paid advertising, there is going to be that little bit of, I guess, nuanced conversation, we can say, that's really a turning point for a lot of people to make a choice or decision to buy.
Absolutely. Totally resonates. Yeah. So now we talked about like building the warm pipeline and starting to get your wheels turning with establishing that, why don't we talk a little bit about how we then get the initial feedback based on that 4-week structure that we've developed, and then start making the offers and getting feedback on that, right? Because I feel like there's a difference between creating content and then actually starting to develop your offer and refine your offer based on the feedback you're getting from the market. That's another huge bottleneck, right?
Yeah, of course. So let's talk a little bit about, like, we had a perfect example today with one of our clients. It was, oh, I was on a call, but I didn't know I was actually supposed to make an offer for this. So in scenarios like that, you broke it down really nicely of how you would go from just a simple conversation about what you're doing to, hey, like maybe it's for you. How would you do that?
Yeah. So generally, think of it, if you've done sales or if you haven't, we're going to do 2 different lanes here because I think it'd be beneficial for both. So we have some clients right now that just went through the 4 weeks profit cohort that have minimal following, or they have a brand new idea, right? So then what we help them do is make a clear and concise 4-week program, 4-week offer. And then that initial outreach would be more value-based and feedback-based. So, hey, so-and-so, just curious, I have a brand new idea for a 4-week program that will help you with XYZ outcome. All good if not, but would you have 15 to 20 minutes this week to connect on a quick call just to give me feedback on what I have going on, right? So that would be for a person that has a new idea and is just literally looking for feedback. So what that would translate onto on the phone call would just be no sales at all. It's literally just going to be the discovery process of you with your new idea and getting feedback on what the structure that you built is, right? Like, so you created a hypothesis, and now as a scientist, you're going to go out, you're going to speak with, 5 to 12 people. You're going to try to get them on value-driven phone calls. And then you're going to see the feedback that you receive. Maybe there's a week that they don't even want, or maybe there's something that you didn't even think about that they want really bad that you can move to week 1 or week 4, right? So that is also super important, just pure value. And then generally with this scenario, we like to have someone walk away with something, right? So say their biggest desire was landing their first 1,000 TikTok followers, just random outcome. We're going to try to connect them with a video or asset that we've created, or even a asset or video that we've used in the past to help us accelerate our development, right? So this could be like an Alex Hormozi video or a Grant Cardone, or just anything that will provide value. And then we position that as a value-driven email at the end, right? So Nina, why don't you go into this scenario of like the one client that we just had inside the cohort that went from last Thursday creating that 4-week offer to getting 4 clients over the weekend. Like, why don't you go into that scenario?
Yeah, absolutely. So just to be fully transparent, this client has had a business or has a business for quite some time, and she has a warm audience. So it's not someone who's going cold, has never posted online before, and they're like, hey, yeah, magic, 4 clients. She's put in the work and she's really doing her diligence of like, this is who my client avatar is. This is exactly what my offer is. And then I'm going to make the offer to XYZ prospects, right, in the pipeline. So it is an offer that's there is not like one solidified outcome if you are to work with them. But what happens is they put together the offer, which is a 4-week process of everything that you're talking about. Once it was on paper, just started reaching out to people that were in her warm pipeline. So people that have been following her, people that she's worked with in the past, people that she's currently working with. She's actually able to land those 4 clients in the warm pipeline, but it's because she's built trust and authority online, right? And no big personal brand, not a lot of followers. I think across all platforms, probably less than 5,000 followers altogether. And yeah, once you have those people that trust you and know you and really know what you do and the outcome that they can get specifically working with you, if you present the offer in the right manner, just like our client did, look, all it is going from a simple conversation to a simple offer. And that's what makes people go over, because it's clear, it's concise, and it's like, this is what you're going to get if you are to work with me.
Yeah, and we have templates in Canva and everything to support that initial reach out and all the conversations and everything. But I think, Nina, one of the biggest takeaways that we got from feedback from that process numerous times from folks is we want to position that initial reach out and offer as an invitation, not as a hard pitch sales situation, right? So we want to make it basically impossible for them to say no, right? And we don't want to put them in pressure. If it's not a good fit, it's not a good fit, right? So I feel like that feedback alone of just changing your perspective of like, this is a sale into like, this is an invitation of what we're doing, has been a major, major thing that we've gotten feedback on to help people really get that initial momentum.
That's one of the most crucial things that we do here at Scaling Lean is the entire online education industry, whether it's coaching or service providing or building a community or launching a course. A lot of the mentality from like 2014 to 2022 was a lot of like bro marketing tactics. And I hate the word like bro marketing, but like harder marketing tactics where it was like really taking people through the psychology on a sales call of the buying or crying mentality. And I feel something that we have debunked over time with Scaling Lean, specifically through content and copy and just the marketing process, is if you market correctly, you don't have to have such a hard sales at the end of the day. And I think that's where people say that marketing and sales is intertwined, is if your marketing is weak, your sales has to be a lot stronger. But when your marketing is strong, sales is still going to be strong. You're going to close, but it doesn't have to be as aggressive of like the attack dog on the lines. It's more so of like, if and when you are ready to work together, you know everything that's laid out. Maybe you have to go over logistics like pricing, the exact offer, and all of that. But the market now in 2024, 2025, and going into 2026, people are craving transparency and people are looking to be able to trust you on the other end. People still want to buy, but they want to know who they're buying from and what they're buying. And if you are able to communicate in that marketing process, sales is seamless. And that's like what we're mastering here at Scaling Lean with all of our clients is get your marketing dialed in, have them understand you, have them trust you, and then have them make a decision or put the buying back into your prospect's hands rather than feeling forced to buy and then having that like buyer regret or whatever it is called. I forgot the name of the exact term, but what do you have to say about that, JP?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've always led with integrity, right? Like we're never pushing people that shouldn't be inside of our programs that we don't believe based on the feedback they give us will get results. And what comes to mind is just being a salesperson from a place of leadership, not a place of like, I need to close a deal, right? Like if you have a conversation with someone and you truly believe that you can get them from point A to point B, at that point, it becomes a leadership positioning, in my opinion, because like you're a business owner for a reason. Like, you're going out into the ecosystem and you're creating an offer to help someone go from point A to point B. So if you can see yourself getting them there and then you don't sell them, or don't at least challenge them to expand their perspective, because oftentimes a sale happens because someone is in a certain situation and they don't understand what it takes to get to a new situation, right? And that can be really any type of outcome, whether you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get better at eating, you're trying to launch a business, you're trying to do real estate, wholesaling, whatever that situation is. Your ultimate current state is not where it needs to be in order to become the person that you need to become to get to your future state. So leadership in sales is one of the most important things that I think I've kind of learned, is reframing it to, I'm not just going to sell this person. It's more like I get to lead this person to the outcome that they're desiring, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of shifting in terms of like when it comes to marketing, when it comes to creating an offer, when it comes to making an offer, when it comes to having that conversation. And I feel like one of the things that you just said, JP, is like this like leader that's like stepping into the role of I can lead this person also comes with active listening. And I feel like that's a lot of times when people are transitioning from conversation, whether it's DM and or on a sales call, into like the offer, they're not actively listening to what the prospect needs because they're so focused on either getting the sale and or making the offer or how to present the offer. And I see this a lot when I do like audits of sales calls, right? It's you're always thinking of what to say next instead of listening to what the prospect on the other line needs and then having a flow of conversation based on give and take rather than just take, or what the perspective of like give in terms of I'm going to give you the offer, I'm going to make the sale, I, and make it about the prospect. And once you have that shift of conversation of active listening, knowing what they need, and then regurgitating or repeating back to them what they need, and then making an offer if and when it's a good fit, it's just such a different style of sales. And I feel like that kind of leadership hat perspective is a game changer for a lot of our clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And if that resonates with you, drop in a like and let us know how you've been leading your calls and or your potential shortcomings and or places that you're working on improving, because it's always cool for us to see what place people are at, right? I personally just got the handbook by Alex, which completely blew my mind, and some of the things that he mentions inside of the sales process and the way he ramps salespeople in particular. So we might be bringing some of that stuff in the near future here if y'all are getting value out of this. So let us know in the comments below. Drop us a like, definitely give us a follow, and we can go deeper on that type of stuff.
Yeah. So that being said, I think we could wrap this one here. We're going to be going live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for RevUp Daily. If you guys have any topics at hand that you want us to cover, if you have any specific questions that you want us to go over, let us know. We've been able to help multiple people build 6- and 7-figure info product businesses online, education businesses online. Us ourselves, we've built a 7-figure info product business online. So if you guys do have any questions, whether it is I'm just about to launch, you're in the process of creating, you're in the process of systematizing, you want more leads, etc., just let us know and we'll cover it. Make it very specific and we'll go into detail. Take us out, JP.
Yeah, with that being said, definitely join the 4 Weeks to Profit School community. We launched it a couple weeks ago and we're currently in the top, I think, 900 or 1,000 groups in the Make Money Online niche. We only have 225 people. So we're looking to grow the community. There's a lot of energy in there. You'll see some of the modalities and the way we frame offers and just our overall communication style. So definitely get involved. We're here to support, ask questions. If you have anything that you're snagged on or are looking for support, we're here to help you.
Yeah. With that being said, we'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 9 o'clock PST, 12 p.m. EST for everybody. We got those time zones right to today, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.